Hi everyone, I hope you all. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So I'm just looking at Bitcoin. You know, you're moving up and down in these cycles. Okay, and everyone here is expecting some kind of bear market. You know, and granted, you could get a big bear market, but for me, I do think that you've been in a corrective phase of a bull market just there for Bitcoin. You see here, I think what you've done, you ran up high in a wave 3, and then you've gone sideways in a wave 4. Some kind of irregular correction just there. Okay, and in this little upside as well, you went up in a wave 1, and then you had some irregular correction there as well, some kind of big ABC correction, fueled by the corona dump just there as well, which contributed to that sort of V-shaped recovery right there for Bitcoin. Okay, and look, when it found its floor, it started to come back up. So I do anticipate, you know, nothing goes up forever and nothing comes down forever, and I do think that Bitcoin will find a floor, it will find the bottom, and when it does, it will start to come back up. And you know, and I do think you're looking at this sort of lengthening here, and the charts are screaming it to me. I don't know whether you can see it as well, but this cycle that we've gone through here for Bitcoin, you know, since we bottomed out in the bear 2018, it is completely different to any previous cycle. You know, we've sort of come up, gone sideways, come up, gone sideways, haven't we? You know, and if we find a floor wherever it is, you know, whether it's down here at 32k again, you know, 30k, sorry, and we sort of hover around down the 1272 fib, which I'm going to show you, and start to come back up. You know, you're not having this big monstrous correction, you know, but obviously anything can happen, absolutely anything. You know, there's no guarantees for crypto. I've taught you this much. So what you're looking for is a foundation to be built, you know, a structural solid bottom, and it does look as though we're potentially creating that right now. You know, and everyone's getting extremely bearish. Everyone's expecting some kind of 25k or previous all-time high 20k, 14k, 12k retest, you know, and it doesn't always happen the way you expect it, basically. You know, and one thing I want to show you how I get my targets, okay, and how most people get the targets is using Fibonacci. Now there is equally indicator just there. I'm going to show you. I'm going to drop this indicator in for you right now, okay. So this logarithmic growth chart, you see this curve, you can see that we've hit it. In every single bull market, we've hit it. We've hit the top, okay? We never hit it just here. So, you know, the top of that band at the moment, it's at 162,000, right? So, you know, for this to sort of get up here to round about my 260, you can see it's round about January 2023 that the earliest it could, well, I'll move that down a little bit like that. You could see 240, 260 is round about next year, basically, you know, a year away from now. So for me, I do anticipate that Bitcoin is trying to get there. That's why it's on my thumbnails, the road to 260k. And I do think expected sometime that band will be hit again. Okay, and one thing I want to show you right now is that the charts are screaming lengthening cycles to me, right? Because you've got a peak just there. Okay, so you've started your inception down here. You know, when Bitcoin was first starting being traded, and you've come up in this huge parabolic run, you had this sort of small little bear market just there, you know, and then you start to come back up and you put 2 cycle peaks in just there before actually getting, you know, to that top just there. And then you had that big bear market, and then a big bull market, okay, which is what I became a part of round about here in March 2017. I wish, you know, like everyone else, I've been into Bitcoin and crypto down there and buying XRP especially, but, you know, late to the party, but still I think we've got a fantastic future ahead of us for crypto. And for me, you can see it sort of coming up, isn't it, like this, and you're sort of starting to level out here for Bitcoin. You know, you're starting to level out, basically. You've had this huge parabolic run. I know a lot of people are calling for this. You know, we're going to roll and go to zero, basically. I don't necessarily envision that, because I think that the foundation is being built here for Bitcoin and crypto, and structurally we're looking fantastic, you know, for continuation. So I do think, it is my theory, that this top band will be hit in this bull run, and this is why I'm sticking to my grounds, because I think we are in a corrective phase of a bull run. We are still in a bull run. I know it's heinous, I know it's nasty, but there are certain coins that are doing really well. We're sort of hovering that sort of $2 trillion market cap as well, you know, and Bitcoin's sort of gone sideways in 2021. Pretty much did that as well in 2019, hit a peak and went sideways, had that big corrective phase, you know. Right now this for me is a corrective phase. I don't think it's a bear market, okay. I think that we're missing a peak here, and I think that it's going to come, but this is just my own opinion. Okay, it's my own opinion. I personally believe that it was somewhere like this, okay, in this bull market, where we've come up and we've sort of gone sideways on the 1618, which I'm going to show you in a moment, and we're caught between 1272 and the 1618. We're sort of consolidating between, as we did in this bull market. Now I'm going to show you my fib targets and how I get on my fib targets, okay. So just there, from the bottom here, this is your previous top in 2011. This is your bear in 2011 as well. Very, very short bear market, wasn't it? I mean, but look at that. Once you hit the top and came down to the bottom, come to your charts, drop the fibs on, and even coming up here, these are your projections using Fibonacci, okay? You can see that what we did here, we ran into the 1618 and came back to the 1272, consolidated between, okay, and then broke out and had that huge rally up to the top of the logarithmic curve band just there. Do you see that? And we actually almost got to the 2414, but we just peaked just above a 2.272. So you could have been looking at this, you know, as a minimal 1618, because that's always my minimal target for you. I've taught you that this much, okay? It's always my minimal target. Once you break a high, you are in a minimal 1618 target on any time frame before you run into resistance and then come back for support. And that's exactly what Bitcoin did there. Ran into the 1618, come back to the 1272 for support, broke out to the upside. Some kind of two-part bull run, wasn't it? And then that was Bitcoin in that particular cycle just there. And then we just topped out just here in 2013, and then we rolled into this bear market again at the bottom of the bear, you know. And I'm teaching you everything here. If we do enter a bear here and we bottom out and we start to come back up, drop your fibs in and you'll see where you're going again on the 1618 minimal. So, you know, I'm teaching you right now. That was the bottom of the bear just there, and that was the top of the previous cycle. And again, once you break this high, your minimal target just there, you see this one fib just there. Once you break that, your minimal target is the 1618. Well, what did Bitcoin do there, you know, in that previous cycle? It ran into the 1618 again, came back for support. It didn't hang around like it did in this previous cycle. It sort of hit it, come back, and then broke out to the upside. And you actually got to the 1272 and the 2414. You know, that's beautiful. Look at that. And the top of this band again. Look at that. So that's 3 times in 3 bull markets where you've hit that top of that band. And this bull market, we've not hit the top of that band, you know. So Bitcoin in this cycle is doing something it's not done before. So this is why I do think you're still in a bull market, okay? You're in a corrective phase of a bull market, looking for that final sort of wave up, that push, okay? That's final leg up to that top logarithmic band there, okay? So what I think you're doing here, and you can see you've got a cycle peak just there, then you've got another cycle peak just there, then you've got another cycle peak just there, okay? So look at the duration between that, shorter than this. So why would this next cycle peak be the same as from that to that, i.e. 4 years, okay? So this is, at this point here, everyone was expecting some kind of, you know, parabolic top given the 4-year cycles, but you can see that you sort of got a kind of little strange cycle here where you've had one cycle up, big correction phase, big cycle up, another correction phase, okay? And potentially, if you hold these lows right now, okay, you hold these lows and build this foundation, this is where Bitcoin is actually going to start to come up on the back end of this and then come up to this logarithmic band, wherever it is, up here next year, potentially. And with that, you can see you're lengthening cycles. It's lengthening. Do you see that? So this is what I think Bitcoin's doing. I think you're on a journey. I think you're on the road to 260k. This is why it's on my thumbnails, okay? There's no bear market. There's no sort of bull market opium. It is what it is. You know, you're sort of going sideways. You're consolidating in a range. You are holding foundational support for the continuation of the trend which you're in, which is a bull market. I know alts are getting absolutely battered and destroyed, but they're going to offer optimal entry points, okay? So, you know, there is always a possibility that we lose support and we come down, and we come down to retest the previous cycle high at 20k. You know, I see a lot of people are calling for that, potentially. But Bitcoin is actually doing something here in this bull run that it did in this bull run, okay? And I'm going to show you. You're holding the 1618 as resistance and you're holding the 1272 as support, you know. So if I drop this fib on here to here from this cycle, you can see that we've already ran into the 1618, and like I said to you, once you break the high, okay, when you're moving back up through the fibs, the 1618 is your minimal target. So that's 1618 has been my minimal target since we created that beautiful weekly buy and go to the beach. It will come again. We will be there together, and I will show you, you know, and we'll ride it all up, because I've rode it all the way up to here so far, you know. But what I think you're doing here for Bitcoin is you ran into the 1618 and you've gone sideways, and you're consolidating between the 1272 as you did in this bull market. Look, you came up into the 1618, you came back to the 1272, sorry. You caught between for a while, only a short while, because this is a shorter cycle, and right now you're just mirroring what you did in 2013 in 2022. 21 to 22, sorry. So it's all about finding the bottom here, isn't it? You know, you are doing something you've done before, so why would you lose this and come down? You know, there's that scenario right now. There is a potential you might come back down to the 1272, hold it support again and retest it. Who knows? But for me, you're doing something here that you've done here, missing this parabolic top up to the curve right here and these fib targets. You know, the greedy fib targets basically are the 2.272 and your 2414 at 263k, there or thereabouts. So you can see that if this logarithmic band is coming around here, then at the absolute earliest you could see, you know, where are we, just here, some kind of big sort of parabolic rise now for Bitcoin start to come up. You could be there by the end of the year, early next year, mid next year, who knows. But it's doing everything it's done in a previous cycle just there. This is why I still think you're in a corrective phase of a bull market and you're looking for that continuation and that sort of blow off top, which we've not had, you know. So who knows? Watch this space. It's just something I'm looking at. I could be completely wrong, but this is why I've got my projection of 260k on the thumbnails, because I see a lot of you saying, you know, your moon boy and things like that, and it's just, I'm showing you technical analysis backing it up. That's basically Bitcoin today. I hope you enjoyed that little update. Stay healthy, stay strong, and thank you for your support across the channel, okay? Thank you for liking the videos and thank you for your subscription. Take care everyone, back soon with another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.